We're starting the show, as we do on a Tuesday, with George Spiteri. George, welcome along.
Good morning.
Back.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
I'm very well. Now, we've been working our way slowly, but surely through a range of the recipes from your restaurant.
Correct.
What are we looking at today, George?
Today we're doing something other than fish. Today I thought I would introduce rabbit, which is where I come from. I come from the island of Malta. Rabbit is a traditional dish. Therefore, if you're a special guest and go and visit any family in Malta, it's likely you get a rabbit with fresh pasta as a traditional dish. And you, as the guest, you be given the liver.
Oh, lucky me! Rabbit liver.
But we're not going to do this. This will take to cook rabbit at home. It's quite a procedure actually, because first you fry the rabbit and let it simmer for a while. Then you put the rabbit in a baking dish with the juices from the olive oil, garlic, and everything else. Cover it and put it in an oven to cook slowly for about an hour or so, and just sits there cooking. So at home, my parents will have a rabbit ready, something like this, in the fridge, which been cooked overnight or cooked, in the morning. When the family arrives, they get the rabbit out, and we just cook it in a Provençal sauce.
So, why does it take so long, or why do you need to spend so long in the preparation of the rabbit?
Well, rabbit is tough. Well, tough. If you fry and cook rabbit straight away, it's a very tough meat. It's like hair. It needs cooking, and also it's you keep all the juices by cooking rabbit under cover in an oven instead of an open pan. So this is ready. These are 2 hinds, which is a portion. We have some pasta being cooked somewhere else. We get it out a bit later on. We set the pasta on the plate, put the rabbit, cook away in the sauce. As a matter of fact, we can put this in the sauce as we speak.
So what's actually in the sauce? What's in the pan at the moment?
And the pan is this tomato. It's a typical tomato sauce, which is tomato and garlic. This is important. These juices here. See, this is going to take away slowly, and then when we come back from our break, we will serve this. Usually you're supposed to cover this, which I will cover in a moment, and let it take there slowly. Before you finish, you put just a dash of wine.
Oh, well, I'm liking the sound of that. I hope it's not too small a dash.
To the rabbit, not to you.
Oh.
The rabbit needs wine to run.
Oh, right. So you say that rabbit is a traditional dish on Malta, but I wouldn't have thought Malta was a big enough sort of an island for actually there to be lots of rabbits. Are they farmed commercially?
Yeah, no, farmed. Yeah, farmed rabbit.
Okay.
There's hardly any game left on the island. It's too small. Malta is an island with 17 miles long, with 7.5 miles wide.
Oh, so it is quite small.
Yeah, it's half the size of the peninsula, of Black Peninsula, and there's 400,000 odd people with about 1 million visitors a year.
Wow, that's incredible, isn't it?
So the infrastructure is making water in Malta is one of the biggest issues.
Are the Maltese actually able to grow a lot and produce a lot of their own food, or do they actually have to import a lot of food in that case?
There is lots of food produced in Malta in what we call greenhouses, but most of the food in Malta comes from Sicily, which is a ferry. There's 2 or 3 ferries that do this stretch, 2-3 times a day. You just go to the port, buy a ticket like a bus, and go to Sicily. or go to the airport early in the morning, about 7 o'clock, hop on a plane, and 20 minutes, and 18 minutes later, you're in Catania. So lots of people go shopping, and the flight over from Malta to Catania is about New Zealand $100, $110.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The rabbits that you're able to purchase here in New Zealand, are these again commercially farmed ones?
Yeah,
or
no, these are commercially farmed.
And so how do they compare, sort of the meat quality-wise? I mean,
Well,
this is a traditional recipe.
yes.
Are you able to kind of recreate the traditional flavours here in New Zealand as well?
Yes, very, very much so. There is lots of ways to treat rabbit, like ducks, I suppose. You know, duck season is soon. Marinating these wild meats is one way to break. To break them up, because of course there's lots of energy. A rabbit in the captivity is in a small space, where a rabbit in loose has to travel a lot, and therefore has more muscles, and that's what I think what makes it tough. This is a rabbit grown in New Zealand, but farmed in New Zealand. Similar to what they do in Malta. I remember my auntie and my mother at home. We used to have. We call it gallinar in Maltese or Italian, same word. And we used to have rabbits growing on the roof of the house. Well, but, the roofs of the house in Malta, they're flat.
They're flat roofs, yes,
because it's limestone, just blocks of stone. So, and my father had an ivory for birds. He used to breed birds and let them go and tag them. Malta is between North Africa and southern Italy, and it's on the path of bird migration.
Oh, of course.
So
yes.
Lots of birds rest in Malta, and sometimes the season pass and all the rest, and the ones that stays back sometimes are caught, and they breed from that, tag them again, and let them go the next season.
George, we're going to take a short break.
And this is looking good.
And so when we're back, we'll find out just how you're actually going to present the finished product.
That's great.
Now, George is from Palazzo del Marinaio restaurant, seafood restaurant. It's in the central city, 108 Hereford Street. They have a website, palazzo.co.nz. You can also give them a call for bookings and to find out about other selections on the menu. 365 4640 is the phone number to call.